Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back. Oh, let me just do this real quick. There we go. um, so yeah, basically, I'm making this video about college. You know, I'm a college student now, and I still haven't graduated. So maybe later on, I'll have a few more tips. But for now, I'm just gonna give you some advice and things that I've learned over my past experiences that I wish I knew when I first came to college. So, yes, I don't know if I said this already, but I'm an engineering student at an undisclosed location for now. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that confidential. Um, so, yeah, before you sign up for a class, make sure that you research the professor teaching the class. All right, not all professors are the same. Some will make it as hard as they possibly can to pass a class for some reason, and some will pretty much give you everything that they can to help you pass a class. Yeah, definitely, he makes a humongous difference what professor is teaching the class. Just go into Rate My Professor and type in the school and the professor teaching the class, and they should pop up. I go to a school that's not too big, and my professors still pop up, so you probably will have luck with that. Next thing is when you want to show your work on exams and homework. Uh, yeah, obviously, or else you won't get credit for it. Nowadays we have internet and other resources that are would help you exponentially or somewhat to pass a class. So they definitely want to see all the work, your own work too. Let me just give you an example real quick. This is called an analytical solution. It's basically, you write a few equations and all your variables and the equations and the variables and sometimes a diagram involved with a problem. You don't put any of the variables in the equations until the very end. That makes it very neat and good. But not all classes need this. This is for a physics class, and as far as I can tell, I've heard from two different schools, and they both want analytical solutions in their physics class. So here we go. You can see right here, I write in cursive. This says given, and this is the find. So you have all your variables here with the units. Of course, you want to make the units there. And this is find. We had to find the angular velocity of a disk at t, right there. You see I made a mistake here and I crossed it out. Sometimes it's best to just cross something out rather than erase it, even though these are all my own notes, but sometimes professors prefer that. And also it saves time. And so, yeah. This is the diagram. You want your coordinates, and here's the positive direction of the spin. Here's the first equation, and you want to write the whole equation. As you can see, this theta here equals 0. There's a little 0 there. And even though that makes no difference, you still want to write it there because, as you know, adding 0 doesn't really change anything. But, yeah, you still want to show your whole equation. Now it's simplified to this, and then you solve for the angular velocity, and that's pretty much the analytical solution. And then you plug in your variables with the units, and you put your answer in a box over here. So yeah, not all classes will need that, but you might want to ask your professor if they prefer that. Another thing is you want to make sure you ask your professor everything that you're wondering about, and that goes for advisors and even like workers at the school. Like if there's a help center, if you're just wondering where something is, or if there's an RA, if you're having a problem in the dorm, you just want to make your problem able to be fixed, and you do that by addressing it. So yeah, there's that. Professors are definitely a very useful resource, and they're basically there to help you. Of course, you must be respectful to your professor and call them by their professional title. And don't be distracted during class. Don't listen to music or look at your phone or be obnoxious. Be respectful to your professor, but just remember they're there to help you, and you can use them as a resource, and they're often happy to do that. Go to office hours, and they'll help you out. I advise actually that you go to a professor's office at least like once or twice a semester just to show that you care, even if you don't have that big of a problem. So next thing is um, classes, the materials that you might want to use for those. So you want to make sure that you get the materials that you need. All right, college is expensive already as it is, but the materials, even if it's $150 book, it doesn't really compare to the overall cost of tuition and room and board. you know and if it's going to make your time there worthwhile, you better buy it, because it just it helps you. It actually makes that money that is spent on tuition, which is like 1,000 times more than the book, uh actually be worthwhile. Also, that goes for if you need to use it, like online services, like help, like studying websites like Chegg. You don't want to use them to cheat, of course. They always look for that. I think a few days ago, somebody may have been caught cheating in one of my classes, and I never knew what happened to them, but they're gone now, so I don't know. So yeah, just to let you know about that. All those cliche things: don't cheat and don't become dependent on it. Use it. You can use it to check your answers and homework and stuff, but make sure you always do your own work. And it's like $15 a month or something like that, and it can make a huge difference on whether or not you understand the concepts that you're trying to study. Next thing is, oh yeah, Spotify and Hulu is for like $5 for students. Use it to listen. I use it to listen to music on the way to classes. It helps boost morale. It's good. And that goes also for boosting morale. You might want to look into intramural sports if you're not already playing a sport. And making friends. A good tip for making friends is just don't be weird. I heard someone say that, and it's actually pretty good advice. Don't be over outgoing and don't be super shy. Don't answer questions that nobody asked. Just be a cool guy, and people want to hang out with you most likely. And if they want you to do something you're uncomfortable with, just leave. All right, everybody's an adult, and everybody's trying to make their own decisions in life. All right, and don't let somebody else make a decision for you. So next thing is, yeah, you just want to get all the resources that might help you pass a class, whether it be a calculator, a book, or something else. Next thing is how you can make money easily. So if you don't have a car, work on campus. You might have to apply for, I forgot what it's called. It's on the tip of my tongue, but that thing where you apply for it. And the other thing is, if you do have a car, try doing DoorDash or other things like that. You could do it on your own time, so there's no really any commitment except for how much money you want to make, and you could fit it in with your classes just fine. Talking about schedules, you want to choose your classes as early as you possibly can, so that ensures that you have time to eat, walk between classes, sleep properly, and anything else you want to do. So that starts months before the semester begins. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have the proper schedule that you want, and that goes with picking the right classes. So the next thing is with the sleep schedule. You probably won't be able to get enough sleep. At least if you're like me, I don't know. So what you could do about that is make sure that you take vitamins. Now, one thing, you have to make sure that you're okay to take vitamins. Some of you may have pre-consisting conditions. Wait, I don't think that's the right word. But yeah, you might have a condition that makes you, have a bad side effect to a vitamin or reaction to a vitamin. So you definitely want to make sure you can take vitamins. But the vitamins I recommend that you take are zinc. That increases your REM sleep. That basically makes you feel like you slept 8 hours if you slept 5 hours at times, if you're lucky. Eventually you do actually need sleep, but REM sleep is basically the most restful sleep. So it basically makes your sleep more worthwhile. And vitamin C, it helps you out with a lot of things. I kind of forget exactly what it helps you with, but, I think it's just common knowledge that vitamin C is good for you. Yeah, you want to go to the gym if you have the time and go outside and get some fresh air. That could help your morale. Another thing is, there's a few more things I wanted to talk about. You know, I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing, so let me think. Hmm. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, well, take the zinc. That helped me out a lot. Make sure you wash your hands and stuff. You can't afford getting sick, and if somebody's sick, don't go around them. Just say, I can't afford getting sick right now. All right, and they'll understand. And if you're sick, let them know. Um, Next thing is studying. If you have time to study, I recommend studying at least a week before your exam. Make sure you grasp all the concepts. You know, there should be nothing on the exam that surprises you, hopefully, if you do that. And what you want to study, you really want to ask professor directly, what should I study? You could either be studying the homework, you could be studying the problems that he presented during the lecture, and you could be studying the problems in the book that you didn't look at, you know? And it could also be like a state regulated test, you know? But definitely ask professor. It's usually one of those things, those first three things. And, you know, they'll help you out. I think that is all about it that I want to talk about. So, yeah, good luck. And, you know, well, see you next time. Bye.